lots of rain, but in very localized areas.
The Toronto Region Conservation Authority issuing a watershed conditions statement Saturday morning over forecasts of localized heavy rainfall of up to 75 millimeters in some areas. The TRCA warning we may expect to see pooling water in some spots and that all shorelines, rivers and streams within the GTA should be considered dangerous well into the evening.
Now, where exactly any kind of rain like that might fall is yet to be determined. It may be in areas that are, upstream, not really in our urbanized areas where there'll be more of an opportunity for that rainfall to absorb into the ground or to slowly make its way into rivers and streams. If we see high amounts of rainfall like that, in areas where there's a lot of pavement, though, then you can end up with all that water making its way into a stream very quickly.
You mentioned a little bit where there's lots of pavement, it becomes a little bit of a problem. Is that because soil can't absorb that water? It all just rushes straight into the sewers?
Exactly, yeah. When rain falls over an area that is natural, where you have grass and trees, you have more of that rainfall that's making its way into the soil, being absorbed by that. You have more of it intercepted by those leaves. You have the roots soaking some of that rain up. And that's very different from an area that's primarily pavement. When you have a lot of rainfall falling on pavement, it can't get into the soil. It can't be absorbed. And so it runs off very quickly. And where does that concentrate? It concentrates into the storm sewer systems, but then, of course, ultimately it ends up in our rivers and streams.
Is this something that you find is a risk for, is it families with young kids? Is it people, pets? Is it people who are fishing? Who tends to be in the risk block there?
So it's really anybody who might be adjacent to those rivers and streams that we're worried about, even fishing. As we get into summer weather, more people want to be near waterways because that's where the recreation is.
After the rain falls, how much of a lag do you find there typically is between rain falling and a rush of water?
See, this is one of the tricky things about the GTA. In areas where there's a lot of pavement, that can just be a matter of 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. In areas where you have some of that rainfall in the upper parts of our watershed, it can take a few hours, even up to a day, for it to make its way all the way down, through our system and into Lake Ontario. So again, it really depends on where the rain falls. It ranges from the span of, an hour to a day.
Other conservation authorities in the area have also issued similar statements, including Credit Valley Conservation in Mississauga. Authorities urging extra caution well into the evening, with an expected improvement happening in the overnight hours. For City News, I'm David Zura.